President Biden in exchange for the release of several imprisoned Americans. There's an ice cream recall in multiple states. California dairy company Strauss Family Creamery asking customers to throw out certain tubs.
Organic ice cream sold in 17 states is being recalled because of possible contamination with metal. Affected products include vanilla bean, strawberry, cookie dough, Dutch chocolate, and mint chip Creamery Organic Super Premium ice cream, which were on store shelves beginning May 4th. No injuries have been reported. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
Recapping stocks, the Dow finishing up about 160 points, but the S&P and the NASDAQ finish in the red as U.S. oil prices top $108 a barrel during the session. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Well, is it summertime already? Feels like it is. Approaching 90 over the next couple of days, and we got some humidity back too. So overnight lows, even in the mid-60s, are going to be a little bit sticky. Low 90s all the way through the middle of the week, and then we'll start to add in a chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. We still desperately need rain. That's your forecast. From the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen, I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Looking for the perfect way to kick off summer? Make it WSIC's Family Fest 2026, Saturday, June 6th, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Purple Heart Homes headquarters, 755 Washington Avenue, Statesville, USA. Live music, local food, family fun, and a chance to give back. A portion of proceeds supports veterans through Purple Heart Homes. Bring the kids, bring your friends, and enjoy a day that truly means something. Get details now at WSICnews.com.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now. Biz Now, because your business matters.
And if it's Monday afternoon, your business matters. Hey, welcome to Local Biz Now. It is Monday afternoon, and I am excited to be on this call today. We've got some exciting guests on with us today. We've got a couple of guests I'll introduce in just a minute. But, hey, superstar in there, do we have a special guest on the line today? Oh, my goodness, Joe Vagnone.
Hello, Mr. Dave, are you there, buddy?
I am here. It is a pleasure to hear you on the line. This is your show, and thank you for letting me sit in your chair today.
Oh, man, thank you, buddy, for doing it. The month has been fantastic, David. I really appreciate everything you've been doing. I'm watching on Facebook, and I see nothing but balloons.
I am in a sea of balloons here. I wonder what that's all about. It's kind of an odd little setting here. We've got, I don't know, a bunch of balloons, some champagne, some very nice plastic cups. What's this all about, Joe?
Well, you know it more than I do. You are the host for Local Biz Now on the day that it is the 1,000th guest that we have had on the show. If somebody would have told me I'd been doing this over 12 years, I would have never believed it. But David, when you start thinking about our small community and the fact that we have interviewed 1,000 people over the years, that really is a number that kind of blew my mind. So I appreciate you letting me celebrate this moment, buddy.
It's huge. I mean, what a huge accomplishment to go for the number of years that you've been on. But my gosh, you know, it is Local Biz Now, and the opportunity to talk to so many local business owners, all the interviews you've done over the years, and yeah, even people like myself that you've allowed to sit in your chair here on the show and experience this and be a part of what you've built. It's quite the honor, and congratulations to you and your entire team. I know it's not just you. You give credit where credit is due. So congratulations on that. It's a huge accomplishment. And you know, on behalf of all the other business owners in the area that have been a part of this over the years, thank you for allowing us to be a part of what you've built and the legacy that you're building here on WSIC. I appreciate you.
Thanks, David. One more thing, and then I'll let you get back to the important stuff of the show, which is the guest, because this show has always been about the guest. You and I were emailing back and forth today about this particular show, and it's interesting because the format of the show has always been Joe gets to meet the guests the time of the actual show itself, so the listeners and I get to meet the guests at the same time. Today, it's exactly the same thing for me. I do not know your guests, and I'm going to get a chance to let them be on the 1,000th guest show, and they have never met me, and I have not met them. It really is ironic and fitting that this is happening, David, and it couldn't happen to a better special host than you, buddy. You have been absolutely extraordinary. Thank you so much for this, my friend. You really are taking the new format to higher levels, and I really appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Joe, for being and I'm thrilled that I get a recording of you saying such nice things about me, and I'm going to use it for years to come. I appreciate you.
Okay. I'm going to let you go. You're going to have to get this right. Get ready. If it's WSIC, say it, David. Say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah. Show's all yours, buddy. Take it away.
Thank you, sir. Take care, Joe. All right. So today, as always, what we're going to do is I've got a few little tidbits from a business perspective I want to share, and in the essence of time, we're going to fly through it. But right now, I'm having a lot of conversations with folks about the customer experience, and it really ties into what Joe's built here. This simple little formula that I like to use for retention. Whether it's customer retention or client retention, even employee retention, is a really simple formula that it boils down to it's equal to results times relationship. So even for Joe, I know you're not on the line anymore, Joe, but what you've built here in Local Biz Now is this retention factor of 12 plus, almost 13 years, 1,000 guests on the show. Is quite amazing. But that retention rate of the listenership, of the participants, is because of the results you've gotten over the years, as well as the relationship you've built in the business community. Just speaking with, promoting small business, certainly the transactions and helping people through the brokerage side and helping people make good business decisions on what to do with their business. Just phenomenal relationships you've built, as well as the successes people have seen. So I want to make sure we celebrate that. But from an overall customer experience these days, we're different generations now in the businesses, employees with the customer facing aspects of it. And I can't wait to get the input of a couple of guests I've got on the call here today, but just talking through a couple of things with respect to the retention rates, be it employees or customers. It's number one, understanding, I guess the first principle from a retention standpoint is making sure that we've got the right target in mind, being real clear on who your ideal target, your ideal customer or prospect would be, and dialing that in pretty tight. It's so much easier to provide over the top a wow experience with our customers when we're dealing with those folks that are kind of like-minded, have similar thoughts and approaches and interests that what we might have is, and there's a lot greater appreciation for that when we're of the same mindset in the services and products that we offer. And in doing that, we're able to get much better results. That's that first half of the formula for retention. The other part of it is the rapport. And when you guys know what it's like, when you're in conversation with somebody and it just kind of clicks, there is a relationship there, and the more time you get to spend, you're more eager to spend time with folks when it's clicking like that, where that connection is made. And it's easier to I guess, go a little bit deeper, understand wants and needs from a customer standpoint. Sorry, I'm wrestling with some balloons that are about to overtake me over here, trying to work through this. But, one of the keys to understanding your target market is start with, I would recommend for anybody that's listening, start with running a quick report of who you've done business with. And there's a Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. Look at the top 20% of people that have done the most business with you or been on as customers for the longest time, and find the common denominators for what that is. Who are they? Where are they? What are they tending to buy? It might be the product or service that you're offering that you can dial into and evaluate. Really do a little time studying as to what that ideal prospect or client or customer is and what the commonality is, and then double down on that. Do more of that, and you'll find tremendous successes. So as always, on a Monday afternoon, you're right here on WSIC on Local Biz Now, where your business matters.
"12 years strong, Joe Vagnone is still delivering the conversations that count. More Local Biz Now, after the break, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, is it summertime already? At least the weather feels like it is. Approaching 90 over the next couple of days, and we got some humidity back too. So overnight lows, even in the mid-60s, are going to be a little bit sticky. Low 90s all the way through the middle of the week, and then we'll start to add a chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. We still desperately need rain. That's your forecast. From the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen, I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Harness the healing power of horses. With the amazing staff at Willow Equine in Mooresville, we create a supportive environment conducive to healing and growth, dedicated to self-discovery and overcoming adversity. There's a program for you at willowequine.com.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Spring is turning into summer around Lake Norman, and the calendar is filling up fast with live music, wellness events, and ways to connect with the community. First up, Low Impact Movement Studio is hosting Sunset Sculpt, a women-focused wellness event happening May 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Jetton Park. This sculpt-style Pilates class is designed for all experience levels and offers a first look at the studio's welcoming, community-centered approach to wellness. Bring a mat, enjoy the sunset, and move with the Lake Norman community. Next, make your Thursday night plans easy with live music Thursdays at the Serve Pickleball Plus Kitchen. Every Thursday from 6 until 9 p.m., local artists perform live while guests enjoy pickleball, food, drinks, and a laid-back Lake Norman atmosphere. And if you're looking for another reason to support local, King Canary Brewing Company is hosting Lake Norman Chamber Nights every second and fourth Tuesday evening. 15% of proceeds go directly back to support the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, making it a great excuse to grab a drink and support the local business community at the same time. Then, on May 21st at 6 p.m., the Ada Jenkins Center presents Music for Good. Love is the Answer at Boatyard LKN. This family-friendly fundraiser features live music from Blessed Union of Souls while raising support for programs serving local families across Cornelius, Davidson, and Huntersville. And finally, if healthy habits are on your summer checklist, check out Well is the New Wealth on May 28th from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at Mitchell Community College. This free wellness event focuses on healthy eating and meal prep strategies, led by a registered dietitian. Plus, a light breakfast is included. For even more local events and community happenings, visit liveworkplaylkn.com.
12 years of conversations, thousands of insights, and one truth: your business matters. This is Local Biz Now, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, we are back on quite a awesome episode here of Local Biz Now. This is the 1,000th. One of you guys is technically the 1,000th interview over the course of 12 plus, almost 13 years here on Local Biz Now. And it is exciting to have a couple of good friends, local business owners here in the Lake Norman area. I'll introduce Nick Mahler, Empire Electrical. How are you this afternoon, Nick?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Good to hear you. We're going to put you on pause for just a few minutes. I'm going to talk to Robb over here, Robb Lynch with Zoom Drain. Robb, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. It's good to have you. All right, give us a quick rundown. What's your story? Tell us about Zoom Drain.
We don't have enough time, but I'll give you the short version. So I've been in the Lake Norman area now for over 20 years. We moved down here in '04 and working for, one of the large home improvement companies up in Mooresville.
Oh, yeah.
Heard of them before.
Yeah.
So I've been in corporate, and I bounced around a couple jobs after that for corporate. And after I left my last corporate job, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And had a couple different paths that I was looking at, trying to figure out. Came across Zoom Drain, a franchise. It was very new in the infancy of its development. So I was only the franchise number 23 of all of them. So very new. Loved the guy that started it. His name's Jim Cornetti. Military background, very focused. Been doing it for 30 plus years. Great business that he developed. I like the, I guess you could call it the recessionist proof nature of it. I've always liked the trades, especially coming from the home improvement background.
Right.
And when I thought about whether or not to do my own thing or go with a franchise, it really came down to how much runway did I have,
That's such a big question when people go, like, nobody tried to talk you out of going into business on your own?
No, actually, no.
Okay,
no,
good.
I had several people that are like, hey, we can do this together. I got processes and systems. I have another friend of mine that runs a great company in the Lake Norman area. He's like, hey, we can do this too. But it comes down to how much time do you have to get ramped up?
Now, what do you mean by that? What was your experience and what was your plans, and how did it go according to plan on this ramp up?
Yeah, having the processes, the systems, the manuals, all the guidebook of what you need to do and how you need to do it. You talked about customer experience earlier.
Yeah.
And Zoom Drain really provided you all the integral touch points with the customer throughout, and had a manual and a process in order to provide that exceptional customer experience out of the gate versus trying to figure those things out. It also provides you a network of people to bounce ideas off that are in your business, that are either having the same struggles that you might have, or same successes, or been there, done that with the exact same things that you're going through. Just as I have business partners that I work with now that have been doing it for 20 plus years, they can give me their experiences, but it's still not within Zoom Drain, which Zoom Drain is a specialty plumbing company.
Yeah, what is the entire scope of Zoom Drain?
Yeah, so Zoom Drain, I would call it a niche plumbing company. So our core focus is all around cleaning, repairing, and maintaining drains. So if you think about how many drains every building has across the entire Lake Norman and Charlotte area, I mean, you couldn't even count how many they are.
Well, having been in construction myself, and years ago had bought a plumbing company, like 20 some years ago, and just being in business all these, and having kids too, it's amazing what all goes down drains, right?
It can be amazing. I could tell you stories about everything that we've gotten out of
We
drains.
don't
well.
want to hear
So,
all. We don't want to hear all that on this show.
But we specialize in drains. We have a lot of plumbers that reach out to us that they don't do that type of work. They don't have the equipment that we do. So being specialty in this industry means that we have different equipment that we can help our customers resolve their drain issues fast. And that's one nice thing about what we do is being specialized. We can get there, take care of the problem, and get their life back going right away.
So as you talk about your customers, what's that look like for you currently as far as residential versus commercial? You do both, right?
Yeah, we do both. So I'll break it up into kind of we do residential, so homeowners. We do commercial. So think about, we could go any of the businesses, big box retailers that might be around, and then restaurants, and then industrial as well. So, whether it's a UPS facility, it could be a restaurant locally, it could be a restaurant that's owned nationally as well. So we work with a lot of maintenance companies out there that call us up to help their customers take care of their drain issues.
Gotcha. I got to tell you, when I think about plumbing, and if it's a drain issue, it seems kind of urgent.
Yep.
Like, is all of your business a urgency-based thing? Because that brings some complications in itself. Versus, I guess there's some maintenance kind of things you could do too.
Yeah, so we dedicate a good portion of our day to the emergency business.
Okay.
So if somebody calls us up, one of the immediate things that they're looking for is availability. How fast can you get there? And our typical response time could be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, maybe a little bit longer depending on how much business is stacked up throughout the day.
That's really, I mean, I got nothing to compare it to, but that seems like a really quick response time.
It is, and it has everything to do with how we schedule out our day.
Okay.
Right. So we do have a lot of maintenance plans and cleanings that we do for restaurants and things like that so that they don't get backed up. They'll call us and say, hey, Rob, we want to get on a maintenance plan, come out, camera our drains, hydrojet. So we use a hydrojetter which is basically a big pressure washer that cleans your drains with high pressure water. And we can do that for them on a regular maintenance process. So that allows us, if we have to go to XYZ company for a maintenance plan and we have an emergency coming up for somebody else, we can move that maintenance plan to the next day or a little bit later in the day. So we do offer a lot of flexibility in what we do for our customers each day.
Just like computers or any other kind of your vehicle maintenance, it prevents, more often than not, it prevents those catastrophic or those urgent needs as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, especially when a lot of these businesses have to shut down. All right. So we had a customer 2 Saturdays ago in the Mooresville area that they had to shut down their restaurant because of the backup that they had. Right. So we were able to get there, clear them up. They had a cleaning crew that came in after us, and they were back up and running later that day.
Wow. That's impressive. Hey, you 3.5 years, 4 years almost in business in the Mooresville area. But tell me about you decided to expand, which adds a whole nother layer of complexity.
Yeah. So
tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we've been open in Mooresville, covering the Lake Norman area for about 3.5, 4 years now.
Okay.
And January of last year, we decided to take on the Charlotte market as well. There was a Zoom drain already down there operating. They decided to close their doors. So we bought the territory, and now we have 2 offices. So we run out of Mooresville, and we have one in Charlotte area. So we cover everything from Hickory over to Salisbury, and then all the way down to Pineville, Matthews, Carowinds area, and everything in between. So we're running around the entire area.
That's impressive, especially with the response time that you mentioned. What was the biggest learning or challenge also with regard to going from kind of a localized market to an entirely different territory? What did you learn there?
Yeah, I'd say 2 things. Logistically, just learning how to dispatch our jobs and knowing, having the right crews in the right areas to be able to take care of our customers. That was one. And then just learning the competition. Competition's a little bit different down in the Charlotte market, and the needs are a little bit, the infrastructure is different, right? So if we're going to Uptown to go clear a drain, that infrastructure is going to be a lot different than something that's, maybe 5 years old in Huntersville, right?
Sure.
So that's teaching and training our guys. So we have a training facility in our shop in Mooresville. We built a small training center right there so that our guys can work on their specialty craft, and they can work on, hey, this is the problem I had. So we get the guys in there and they can actually work on those while they're learning instead of being out on the job doing it.
That's huge to not learn it on somebody else's property, I guess. So tying it back in, you mentioned off the air about the customer journey, and talk a little bit about that, the different markets that you serve, and as promptly as you can in the essence of time. But how do you take on a different market? You got a couple of different kind of cultures in Charlotte versus the Lake Norman area, and having the guys serve both areas and that kind of thing, and still make it a great experience for the customer.
Yeah. So a couple things. Our purpose that we have stated is to positively impact those we interact with daily, whether that's our customers, our employees, our vendors, whoever it might be. So when I think about that as what is our customer's journey look like, right? So they have a backup or they have an issue, right? What's the first thing that they're going to do? Some are going to remember our billboard on 150 or in downtown or in Uptown, and they're going to go, okay, and they're going to Google us. Do we show up well? How are our Google reviews looking? How's our website looking for them? Give them that that good professional appearance right away.
Before they even call.
Right? So I think about in every touch point, how are we exceeding our customers' expectations, right? So then they're going to call, right? How are we answering the phones, right? We've looked at AI, for example. We've looked at having auto attendants answer the phones. I've actually thought that the AI's come a long way just in a short period of time.
Right.
But for our business and in this local market, us having a local person answer those phones that knows the market, that can say, oh, yeah, we're right off of exit 36, and our other shop is right in the university area. Being able to talk that language helps them understand that we are local and that we know them. And then it comes down to our technology provides our customers a text message after we book the job so that they know it's booked. It gives them a video of what to expect when our technicians show up. Then when our technicians dispatch, they get another text message that shows a picture of the technician, right? So that they know that they're on their way. And that all those touch points together just make that customer experience, make everybody well.
It's amazing how much further you can go. The deeper you dive into it, as you look at that entire journey along the way for the customer, from the first Google search or whatever it is to actually engaging with you. There's so many different opportunities for you to improve, and it sounds like you guys are nailing it. So congratulations on that. Look forward to coming back and talking with Nick here in just a minute. But Robb Lynch with Zoom Train, thanks for being on Local Biz Now. We'll talk with you on the other side of the break. And if it's Monday afternoon, your business matters.
12 years strong, Joe Vagnone is still delivering the conversations that count. More Local Biz Now after the break, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, is it summertime already? At least the weather feels like it is. Approaching 90 over the next couple of days, and we got some humidity back too. So overnight lows, even in the mid-60s, are going to be a little bit sticky. Low 90s all the way through the middle of the week, and then we'll start to add in a chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. We still desperately need rain. That's your forecast. From the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen, I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Spotless cleaning. How can we make your day spotless? Yes, we make not just toilets spotless, but also counters, cabinets, and kitchens. We make your whole house, your whole day spotless. My grandparents taught me the details, not the things, make your home and your life luxurious. Yes, they raised me in Brazil. And that's why we will never charge you extra for baseboards. Let me help you be a diva a few hours a week. Spotless Cleaning and C.com.
It's more than baseball. It's a night out. The Harbor Hippos bring theme nights, food trucks, raffles, and non-stop fun to every home game. Join the crowd at Huntersville Athletic Park and make summer memories that hit it out of the park. Visit harborhippos.com.
Celebrating a life beautifully remembered. Bennett Funeral Service gently guides families through honoring a loved one's life. Family-owned and local, we offer personalized funeral and cremation services, along with veteran honors and compassionate aftercare and grief support. Call 828-465-2111 or visit bennettfuneralservice.com. Because there is a difference.
When cancer changes everything, hope still matters. Cancer thriver Charlisa Harriet, also known as Coach C, the crushing chemo chick, creates faith-filled resources that comfort and uplift, including books, journals, planners, and greeting cards. Find encouragement created from lived experience at crushingchemochick.com and be sure to catch her show, The Healed Exchange with Coach C, Wednesdays from 11 to noon, right here on WSIC.
What if we've got it backwards? Stop letting frustration hold your child back. The book Extinguishing Einstein reveals why traditional methods fail and what really works for ADHD. Claim your free copy today at RoyerNeuroscience.com and empower your child to thrive.
Friendly reminder, don't break when you see the lake.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks have really spent much of the session under a bit of pressure, especially as chip-related stocks fall, but there is hope on prospects of a U.S.-Iran deal, although some see that hope as elusive. A jury has rejected Elon Musk's claims OpenAI, under Sam Altman's leadership, betrayed its mission to benefit the public by morphing into a for-profit business, finding that Musk waited too long to sue the company. The Sweden-based do-it-yourself furniture retailer IKEA struggling with rising costs for raw materials and also weakening consumer sentiment in some countries because of inflation. It is cutting hundreds of workers worldwide. Dell says it added 1,000 customers for a key AI product line in the past quarter as it tried to capture business from traditional large businesses taking on new AI workloads. And don't look for Delta to be among the airlines merging with others. The CEO says he'll sit out consolidation in the U.S. aviation market and focus on expanding abroad through partnerships instead. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here.
12 years of conversations, thousands of insights, and one truth: your business matters. This is Local Biz Now, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And we're back on Local Biz Now, where if it's Monday afternoon, your business matters. Hey, I am thrilled here to have another friend of mine, Nick Mahler, with, who are you with? Empire Electrical, joining us today. Rob, thanks so much for your comments, and I can't wait to come back around to you here in a few minutes. But Nick, you're in Mooresville?
Yeah, we're located pretty much anywhere from Hickory straight down to Charlotte.
Gotcha.
So wherever you need us, we're there.
Okay. So tell us a little bit, how long you been at it?
Almost 4 years.
Okay. 4 years. It goes by kind of fast,
It goes
right?
by very fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with listening to you, you're not from Iredell County originally.
No, I'm not. I'm originally from New York.
Okay. All right. So what brought you down this way?
Family brought me down.
Okay. And you stayed.
And beautiful weather.
Okay. Yeah,
So that's what brought me down here.
Yeah.
But electrical background.
Okay.
And just saw the area, thought it was beautiful, and wanted to keep doing what I was doing up there, just somewhere else.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. It's a beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't love the Lake Norman area?
Yeah.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about Empire Electrical. What all do you do? Is it all service work, commercial?
So we're a full service electrical company. We do residential, do commercial, do service work, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. If you're like, there's a lot of electricians around, right? So why, how do you separate yourself and be found by, well, I guess it's two different things. If you're doing construction work, you've got to cater to the GCs out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I imagine that's different than the average homeowner.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing that ties into both of those is communication, though. We need to be communicative with everybody.
Okay.
And I think we do a very good job of that. We let them know when we're going to be there, what's going on the jobs, even with the homeowners. We try to really talk them through the processes and sort of think for them to help them.
So that's an interesting point as I get to work with a number of tradespeople in their businesses and whatnot. And sometimes there's a difference in the level of communication. Rob, you probably chime in with this, between the owner actually driving some of the communications and having the technicians, if you will, if that's the right term there, to that's in the field, in the home, trying to communicate. So there's got to be a level of training associated with that, right? And that development and getting the consistency across the board. What's your experience with that in dealing with your electricians and helpers and whatnot?
I think that if you're hiring somebody, you have somebody, a technician that, can't really handle the communicative part of that. I don't know how well that can be taught. That's something you really need to have. And that's somebody that you can rely on to explain to the customer, this is what what's going on and this is what you need.
Right. So,
it's a super important thing to be able to say and to do, and to talk to customers about that.
Yeah. And from what I know about you, and I've met your guys too, there's a consistency in the desire to do things right. And I think, Rob, you too. I mean, when we're hiring employees and building our team, there's a lot of times some emphasis put on the technical skills, right? But there's something else to it from a heart standpoint.
Yes, definitely.
Looking at both of your kind of cultures, the values, and the desire. What did you say a minute ago, Rob? You're impacting
to positively impact those we interact with daily.
Positively impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's similar for Empire Electrical.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's super important that that is almost our number one thing. You could teach anybody, hopefully almost anybody, anything, but it's really that being able to speak clearly, do the right thing, walk the customer through it, because we're just working. They're going through a problem. So we need to help them with that problem.
That is so important in this whole journey, the customer journey, and that experience is to take a breath, slow down, and recognize, hey, they're calling us because they've got a problem.
Yep.
Or something's not done that they have been a lot of times had on their list for quite some time. And want to get knocked out. So how do you see things shifting from an electrical standpoint with all the, like, if it's generators or solar or EV? I mean, what's going on in the marketplace, and how's Empire kind of addressing that?
A lot of electric vehicle chargers. I think it's become almost an industry standard in terms of new builds. Every new build is almost just adding one. And also customers. I know that there was, rebates at one time going around for them, but it's become something that's extremely normal in the whole area of construction is the electric vehicle chargers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, you hear in the marketplace, some things are shifting a little bit. Some of the major manufacturers are backing off on their expectations of EV long term.
I see manufacturers backing off, but we don't see the work backing off. I think people are still buying them, and we're still installing a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a electrician, as the owner of an electrical company, then what would you recommend from a consumer standpoint? Let's talk about homeowners first. As to how would you recommend? I mean, what should a homeowner look for when they're Googling, when they're trying to find somebody to come do some service work? What do they need to know? What do they need to look at?
I would look at reviews. Look at maybe talk to other people in their community and see who they've used before.
Yep.
And stuff like that, because there are some people that don't know how to size them accordingly, and we need to make sure that we're following codes and we're sizing everything correctly, because they are pulling a lot more power.
Right.
So we need to make sure that everything is working properly.
Yeah, and I mean, people do a lot of research now. If you look at the studies, I mean, they're doing a lot of homework online as to what needs to be done. But going back to the retention standpoint, where I started the show was the results times relationship. I mean, it's both. You got to be able to do the work, but kind of that communication level as well. But from a results standpoint, where would Empire kind of stand, or what do you look for or market yourself? Is it speed, like Rob was talking about, the response rate? Is it the communication that you have? What separates you from the rest of the electricians, you think?
It's definitely the communication,
Okay.
but it's also the thinking for the customer. That's something that we're very big on. We want to make sure that even if it's something that they haven't spoke about or something that they haven't seen, we want to let them know, hey, like if you're building a house, let's set you up for the future, because it'll be cheaper now than it would be after the house is done. Or let's do this correctly earlier in a house that's already, it's already built. Let's just do it one time, get it done. Otherwise, you'll have to spend more in the future for something else.
That's such an important point that I think many of us forget is in many cases the homeowner has never been through this before. They don't know what the process is. They don't know what questions to ask. And the more we can educate, after all, who's the expert in the conversation? You are.
Yeah.
Right? To help educate them first. And then, from a sales standpoint, it's about helping them make the right decision for themselves. And the way you make right decisions is to get all the information.
Yes.
Right? I want to go back a second here. Like, you came down 4-ish years ago.
Yes.
What was that transition like? Just doing a complete start over.
Yeah.
As a small business owner, you got family involved. You got some friends, I guess, in the area.
It was very different.
Yeah.
Growing up my whole life in New York, it was definitely different. But we were coming down here on vacations a lot. It was great to be down here.
Yeah.
And it felt like home for a long time.
So starting from scratch, you really don't have any customers. You probably had customers up there and had relationships.
Yep.
What was that runway like for you to go through the transition of getting up and going? Was it faster than you expected? Was it longer? Was it harder? Easier?
It was faster than I expected. I wouldn't say easier. Definitely not easier. But it's been great because we've been trying to give a good product from the start.
Right.
And that's really just it's not about just making money. It's about helping people and helping the customer. And if we could just keep that going and people can rely on us and can trust us, then the business will build over time.
It sounds like you're relying a whole lot on referrals and word of mouth, people saying good things.
Yes.
How do you get, that's a slow burn. What are you doing to kind of spur that along?
Just
anything intentional?
Like marketing?
Yeah.
From a marketing standpoint?
From a word of mouth, how do you get people to say good things and talk?
Just from doing good work, honestly. It's not just me, it's the guys. The guys really are taking the time at the jobs and really getting it done right and helping everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, hey, thanks, Nick, that was great. No, it's for each and every guy. When I talk to a customer, they're happy about the technician that was there, how well we did everything, how communicative we were, and the cleanup, the whole process.
So it's not just managed from the office.
No,
they're doing it
definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's huge to help them understand. There's one thing we all spend a lot of money, we invest a lot of money in marketing in the lead generation aspect, but there's I think we don't give enough credit into getting the repeat business. The real, the lifetime value in our customers and clients is where real profit is made, and to put some energy and emphasis into that awesome customer service, that experience, communicating with them during the process, right? And that's what I guess I'm hearing from you is they're doing it on the job site, communicating, make sure happy customers.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And Rob, you alluded to that earlier as well. So we'll come back on the other side of the break and talk a little bit more about that. And again, this is a huge show, the 1,000th interview for Local Biz Now, where always on Monday afternoon, your business matters.
12 years strong, Joe Vagnone is still delivering the conversations that count. More Local Biz Now after the break, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, is it summertime already? At least the weather feels like it is. Approaching 90 over the next couple of days, and we got some humidity back too. So overnight lows, even in the mid-60s, are going to be a little bit sticky. Low 90s all the way through the middle of the week, and then we'll start to add in a chance for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. We still desperately need rain. That's your forecast. From the Serve Pickleball and Kitchen, I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Spring is turning into summer around Lake Norman, and the calendar is filling up fast with live music, wellness events, and ways to connect with the community. First up, Low Impact Movement Studio is hosting Sunset Sculpt, a women-focused wellness event happening May 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Jetton Park. This sculpt-style Pilates class is designed for all experience levels and offers a first look at the studio's welcoming, community-centered approach to wellness. Bring a mat, enjoy the sunset, and move with the Lake Norman community. Next, make your Thursday night plans easy with live music Thursdays at the Serve Pickleball Plus Kitchen. Every Thursday from 6 until 9 p.m., local artists perform live while guests enjoy pickleball, food, drinks, and a laid-back Lake Norman atmosphere. And if you're looking for another reason to support local, King Canary Brewing Company is hosting Lake Norman Chamber Nights every second and fourth Tuesday evening. 15% of proceeds go directly back to support the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, making it a great excuse to grab a drink and support the local business community at the same time. Then, on May 21st at 6 p.m., the Ada Jenkins Center presents Music for Good, Love is the Answer at Boatyard LKN. This family-friendly fundraiser features live music from Blessed Union of Souls while raising support for programs serving local families across Cornelius, Davidson, and Huntersville. And finally, if healthy habits are on your summer checklist, check out Well is the New Wealth on May 28th from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at Mitchell Community College. This free wellness event focuses on healthy eating and meal prep strategies, led by a registered dietitian. Plus, a light breakfast is included. For even more local events and community happenings, visit liveworkplaylkn.com.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
12 years of conversations, thousands of insights, and one truth: your business matters. This is Local Biz Now, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And we're back on Local Biz Now, Monday afternoon, where your business matters. So again, we are here in the final segment here of the show. And Robb Lynch with Zoom Drain, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for
Nick
having
Mahler,
me.
yeah, it's great to have you. Empire Electrical, Nick, thanks for being here as well.
Yep, thank you.
We've talked through a number of different things, and I want to kind of pick your brains as two local small business owners, one a franchise, one not. So how do you guys see the shifts in marketing? There's so much talk about, and activity with AI. There's some shifts in digital. Nick, you were just talking about the kind of the referrals and word of mouth. Rob, I know you do a lot with, on the digital side and some strategic partnerships. like either one of you, what do you see happening, and which way are you going or finding more successful with your marketing strategies these days? Legion.
Yeah, I'd be happy to start.
Go ahead, Rob.
For Zoom Drain, it's very different right now, right? Like years ago, you could, I wouldn't say set it and forget it, but you had, you could really set a very solid marketing plan that could be top of funnel from awareness and then working all the way down to consideration and purchase. But nowadays, AI is just changing the envelope a ton, and so many changes with how people are reaching out for your business, right? And how they're finding it. I read a report, and this is probably 6 months ago, and at that time, 40% of all searches for businesses were no longer being done on Google. So old Google searches, 40% were now being done on things like Claude, ChatGPT, so on and so forth.
Right.
So it's like, how do I get my name, my reputation out there? And we've engaged with several different companies to help us with that AI side of it.
You mean as a business owner, you're not diving deep yourself into figuring out how all that works, Rob?
Well, as the chief marketing officer, as well as so many other hats for it, no. I mean, it's just I don't have the knowledge for it anymore, and that's where you have to look at it and go, this is a space that we need to get into. We need to be aware of. First, we reach out to the franchise to see what they're doing and how they're doing it. And if they're not pushing as hard or as deep as we need to, then we work at it and reach out to other people that are local and say, how is this working? And it's even doing scrappy stuff. Like I've sat out there on ChatGPT and these other ones. Hey, I have a clogged drain, or my shower drain is backed up. I need a dependable company in the Lake Norman area to come out here. Who do you recommend? And I see what it returns, right? And one time it didn't return Zoom Drain. So I asked, well, why didn't you return Zoom Drain?
And it'll tell you.
It'll tell you. Well, Zoom Drain has 4.9 stars and everything else like that, but they didn't have X, Y, and Z. Okay, that's great. How do I go solve for X, Y, and Z?
Right. And it's I commend you on not trying to figure it all out. Because it's changing so fast. It's a full-time job to try and keep up with things. And we're all in different spots, leaning into the word of mouth, and the referrals. And I think, Nick, you're kind of focused on some associations where your target market hangs out. That's a way of doing it as well. So what have you found to be somewhat successful from your strategic partnerships out there?
Like you said, some associations, stuff like that, meeting with other contractors, builders, just letting them know that we're here and we're available. Let us know your problems and we'll try to ease your pain on those problems.
Yeah. So either way in the marketing, you kind of, one of the strategies is to go out there and meet people where they are, right? Homeowners are online. I keep hitting these balloons. You see me do balloons dancing around here. Meeting people online where they are. You got to be found, and if you're in the marketplace working with builders, those are perhaps larger but longer term relationships and bigger projects and things like that. So you got to go where they are, be it associations or some kind of networking, and to develop those relationships long term. So marketing is continuing to shift, but how do you see, like you're both in the Lake Norman market, right? And Charlotte as well in the entire area. What do you see happening in this greater area? Obviously people are still moving here, right? What do you see coming in the next couple of years and what are you doing about it in your own businesses to ramp up and make hay when the sun's shining?
Yeah, for Zoom Drain, we are constantly looking at, ensuring that as the demand continues to increase, that we're able to leverage and grow with that. So we actually are ready and able to pull the trigger and put another truck on the road right away. We actually have an apprentice program as well, so that we can have people that are learning the trade, learning the craft, working through that as well, right? So, and I also believe, back to the marketing a little bit, it's not just all digital. It's, with all the influx of people coming in here, how do you build just that brand awareness, right? Whether it's a billboard out there, right? I have a great friend of mine that owns some properties throughout the area. He's allowed me to put up mini billboards on his property for free. right?
Well,
So
with the traffic in the area, you're sitting there looking at Zoom Train's billboard.
exactly, and it's just being scrappy and learning. Like, okay, like here's where the growth is, and here's how people are coming here, and ensuring that you're building that along the way, and then being ready so that when all of a sudden a new contract might come up and you grab that contract, it's being able to pull the trigger on a new truck, new equipment, new technicians, training, and being able to be out there and in there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of planning ahead. It is coming, and be intentional about those variables you can address and be ready when you're a lot of it is just testing and measuring kind of the marketing so that when you are ready, you can just open the valve a little bit more. You already know what results you're going to get with a certain spend or what relationships are paying off, right? So, Nick, what are you doing to get ready for the next chapter of Empire Electric?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to hire, and we're trying to grab people that are super interested in the trades. And even if they have no experience, if you come on and you have that where you want to learn the trade, we can hopefully work with you and you have that culture that joins with us, so we're prepared for the future.
Yeah.
Because we want to keep that same customer satisfaction throughout these years. We never want that to change.
Right.
So that's something that's super important to us.
Yeah, continuing to kind of build out the training,
yes,
the onboarding, what an ideal employee kind of looks like.
Yep.
As well. So tons of opportunities coming, and it's never been a better time to be in business than right now. So if you guys were to take a breath and think back, what would you tell like 4 years ago? If you came across somebody that was getting ready to come out of the gates with a business, either buying one or starting one from scratch, Nick, what wisdom would you share? What should they be doing to get started?
Be smart, set up systems, processes. Don't be scared to ask for help. There's people out there going through the same things that you will be going through, and just talk about it and get through it.
Yeah. So I'm curious, do you enjoy talking about business with other people?
Yes, definitely.
Those that have gone before you? And,
yes.
And those that are younger?
Hearing that if I were to be going through something, and hearing that it's common. It's happened to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you enough to know that if somebody younger or newer in business had a few questions, you would be more than eager to jump in a conversation with them.
Definitely.
I mean, that's just the way you guys, and you're probably the same way, right?
Mm-hmm.
What words of wisdom would you share?
So I would chime right off of that. It's build that network of individuals that could help mentor you and be good sounding boards, right? So like I just had lunch with a friend of mine that has a trade business as well, and he is built the business, actually is now removing himself a little bit from the business as well. But I was actually able to sit down with him and share my entire P&L with him and say, like, can you spend, literally it's like next time you're sitting down having a glass of wine or bourbon, whatever it is, and just review my P&L. Where do you see spots that I might be missing? Just asking that. He gave me 3 or 4 pages of notes to come back. Hey, think about this. Maybe you might want to consider that. So it's surrounding yourself with a team that wants to be able to provide that guidance, like Nick said. Like I hope to be able to provide that exact same grace to somebody when they come and ask me. And I'd also say the other one would be, I believe that we are in a marathon, not a sprint, right? And we're not running after, Nick, you kind of alluded to it earlier. It's like, we're not running after the dollar right now. This thing's a marathon.
Yeah.
We're here to build a business, build a legacy, right? And that's the important thing to think about, because there's going to be challenges. You're going to have bad days.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So,
yeah.
You got to remember, you're in a marathon. It's not a sprint. So.
Yep. And go in with the preparation that it's like everybody starts their business thinking, oh man, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm going to make lots of money, have all this free time. Doesn't necessarily play out that way.
Nope.
So quickly, you each have families.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's that balance look like for you? How do you manage that between the life and the work?
I try to balance it as best I can.
That means you don't balance it.
I definitely should be doing better, but it's they understand, and it's a blessing that you're able to open a business and do stuff like that. So you wanna take it for what it's worth and make sure you take care of your family at the same time.
Yep. Set it up for little Nick in the future.
Yeah. Ditto. Like we have like I had phones this weekend. I was taking calls this weekend. So my daughter and I had lunch on Saturday. I had my computer with me, and literally we were driving. I got a phone call. I'm like, hey, Berkeley, make sure you take the notes while I'm driving. She writes it down. I booked the job after that. It's just figuring out your path.
That's fantastic. Okay, quickly, guys. Robb Lynch with Zoom Drain. What's the best way to reach out to you?
Zoomdrain.com would be the best way to reach out to us.
Awesome. And Nick?
Give us a call, 704-380-5798.
All right. EmpireElectricalNC.com, right?
Yes.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for being on the show today. And again, this is a huge celebration. You guys are part of something that will go on forever, this legacy of what Joe Vagnone has built on Local Biz Now. And we're going to celebrate with some balloons. We've got the bottle of champagne. And as always, congratulations, Joe. On Monday afternoon, your business matters.
Great radio doesn't end here. Catch the full episode and dive or into our archives on the WSIC News app.
WSIC 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM, Statesville, Lake Norman's home for Charlotte FC. WSIC. Local starts here.